base, go low. Good. Perfect, perfect. So again, trying to go through different patterns. You know, moving forward, moving backward, moving side to side is really important. All right, so let's make this look really goofy now. Let's do the same thing, except when you do it, start swinging your arms, okay? Swing your arms, just like this. Remember, don't think too much about it, just go ahead and do it. Do what feels right, good. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. One more thing. So everybody thinks this one. I should do sit down. I'm sorry. Sit back. What you do is you really reach out far, back pedal, try to stop, okay? So lean forward. If you stand up tall, you're going to fall over right on your butt. Okay? So lean forward, chest forward. You really kick your legs back, okay? Go ahead. Good. Reaching out. Okay, go ahead and stop. Good, so that would be the first part. Just when I turn around, use the glove motion, just moving. Just getting out, physically moving, heart rate's elevated, coach is included. Get everybody moving. So, okay, next part you guys will really like, you can lay down at the back. Okay, this is much easier, right? Okay, spin. Everybody sit down on your butts now. So now what we're trying to do is get more specific with a few things. I'm really trying to activate some of the muscle groups that tend to be all wet. Okay, it's more dry out here.
It's just cold.
Okay, if it's wet, you guys can come over here too. It's a little more dry. It's cold a little bit. Okay, just spread out a little bit. So one of the things we notice a lot with our guys who are playing baseball for at least 200 days a year is certain issues pop up. You know, these guys are infielders. Jose Altuve all day, every day is here fielding or here hitting. So when you're in this position all the time, you tend to get really tight in your hips. So you see a lot of athletes who walk around with a big bubble butt, hips are up here. You know, part of that's why they're fast. Part of that is because of what they do. So some of the things we do to try to combat that is to stretch out these muscles and also do extra warm up on the backside to make sure that they're using everything on the backside. Okay? So let's, first thing we're going to do is a glute bridge. So it's everybody, lay your back, put your feet like this, okay? And all we want you to do is lift your hips up off the ground. Okay, so nothing moves except for right here. Just go like you're trying to push up, get your butt off the ground, okay? Go ahead and push up. That's all we're doing here. Push up through your heels. So you can even bring your toes up off the ground a little bit if you wanted. Good. You can do it like 10 times. So again, we're teaching people use their backside, use their butt, use those muscles instead of relying on your lower back and letting that be overactive. Okay, you guys go ahead and relax. We see that a lot of our hamstring injuries, a lot of our low back tightness comes from poor strength in the glutes. The hamstrings have to overcompensate, have to be overactive. So just starting there is a really good place. Okay, so next one I want you guys to do is a little bit harder, a little more complicated, okay? So we're gonna start right here with your hands on your knees, okay? And we're gonna reach one arm out and the opposite leg, okay? And then we'll come back. And we'll go this way and come back, okay? So this is trying to teach you guys to do is to stay really strong in your core and your stomach. That's perfect. Relax your head though, so your head stays on the ground. If you start with your feet off the ground, yep. And this is starting to loosen up your shoulder. Start there. Loosening up your shoulders, getting those warmed up, ready to throw the ball, your stomach ready, and also makes your brain work a little better, so you're wiring yourself. Wiring yourself to play. Really good. So start up here. Good. You're really trying to reach out as far as you can with both your arm and your leg. Okay? So we tend to see, we look at the cross stabilization pattern. That's why we do opposite arm, opposite leg. So a lot of times we'll see if somebody's tight in their right shoulder, vice versa. If the right glute is sore or tired, a lot of times they get hurt on the left or glute, just because the way your body stabilizes itself. These are good muscle groups, it's just like a bunch of pulleys on each side. They're trying to work together. So those patterns are really important. Okay, so we started warming up your core, we started warming up your shoulders, that last one. So we're gonna keep doing that now, except we're gonna roll over and start on all fours, okay? So this one's called doing a bird dog. Kind of like what you just did, but we're gonna be here, and we're just gonna reach out as far as you can with the opposite arm and the opposite leg, okay? So first off, think about this, guys. When you start off, your knees should be right under your hips, and your wrists should be right under your shoulders. So you're in a good, strong position, and then just try to reach straight back. Go opposite though. So keep that hand down. Oh, perfect, perfect. Yeah, so opposite. So really reach out, don't rush it. All right, so now to make it really hard, pretend like there's a baseball right here, and if it falls off, you're out, okay? Think about that. So think about trying to totally stabilize so your body barely moves except for your arm and your leg. Okay? So again, what I talked earlier about, okay, you kids can relax, go ahead. Relax. When we start to talk about replacing the traditional arm care, you know, the things like this, and just doing these kind of things, those aren't particularly bad exercises. But we found that when you get into, you know, a really strenuous position like this, where you're having to stabilize in a really dynamic way at this shoulder, it's much more effective for building up strength, building up endurance, building up stability throughout the shoulder. So that's those kind of things are what I talk about when I say we are focusing our arm care a little bit differently now. Okay. Okay, the next one we're going to do is to stretch out the hips a little bit, okay? So does everybody hear where you're at? Just turn around and face me. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do, let's actually start standing up. Okay? I want to take a big step out like you're in a lunge position. Okay, now whatever leg's in front, I want you to take that elbow on that side and try to touch the inside of your foot. And then reach that same arm, reach it straight up to the sky. Like that. Okay? We're trying to keep your chest down and your back leg straight. Okay? So this is good, right? It's hard. You're working on your balance right now. Good, that's good. You're also working on, you can see, he's doing a really good job. Keep on going. His mobility with his back and shoulders right here, which is something we see, especially as you get older, you feel a little bit locked up and it's harder to get around. So those kind of moves are good. So why don't you guys relax? Let's put the other foot forward now. Okay? Other foot forward. Yeah, now it's okay. So that same elbow, foot that's in front. And when you guys are doing this, look at my back leg. My knee is totally straight. Knee's totally straight. Good. So try to touch down and then reach up, straight up to the sky. Yep. Good stuff, right? Okay, relax. You guys are doing a good job. You're doing a good job. So again, working on balance, working on core stability, mobility through your upper body as well. Okay. So another really good stability exercise, shoulders, core also. How many people here can do a push-up? Okay. We don't even need to do a push-up. All we need to do is work on the start. So we'll get down on all fours. We'll just get up into a push-up position and hold it. Okay? So hold it for a few seconds. Try to get your butt down a little bit so your body's in a nice straight line. Okay, so relax. So that's a basic place to start. Just a good shoulder, core, stability exercise. You do have sets of 15 seconds. Doesn't need to even go through the whole thing. If you feel like people are getting good at it, we're going to see how strong you guys really are here. Okay, you ready? So you do the same thing. Put your feet just a little bit wider this time. Okay, and now what we're going to try to do is pick one hand up. We're not going to actually do push-ups. Okay, make sure your hands are right under your shoulders. Okay, all I want you to do is pick one hand up and touch your opposite shoulder. Okay, good. And then just keep switching back and forth. Try to keep your butts down in a good position. That's perfect right here. That's great. Nice job. Okay, you guys relax. So again, shoulder stability, core stability, hip stability as well. And strengthening in that position, again, is much better arm care than you would ever get out of just a TheraBand going back and forth. Okay, so now we're really gonna have some fun here. All right, come on back up here with me. All right, so taking that to the next level then, trying to get kids moving, really getting in again into the dynamic stability, strengthening the core and everything. Let's everybody face this way. Okay, so now we're gonna start, spread out a little bit. We're gonna start in that same position, and we're gonna do bear crawls. So instead of having your butt up in the air, you're gonna sit really low. You're gonna go opposite arm and opposite leg. So watch me first. So I'm gonna be here on all fours. Actually, really 6 points, my toes, my knees, my hands. I'm gonna barely come off the ground with my knees, and then just walk right here. Okay? So try that out. So try to keep your butt low. Try to go opposite arm and opposite leg. Good, okay, relax. Yeah, stay right where you are actually. So the next progression of something like this would be face that way, try to do it backwards. Okay? Good. Good, no, you guys feel good. Good, relax, relax. So again, one other movement pattern that we tend to see a lot of flaws in is the ability to deep squat. We gotta go, so it goes back to the same thing I was saying before about people being tight here. It's the same with the ankles. Being in this position a lot reduces how much you're really bending at the ankles, because a lot of people tend to come right here, and we see really reduced ankle mobility, which is a huge factor in how well someone can squat. Usually it's the huge factor. So one of the things that we found is that just doing part of that warm-up, going back into a squat afterwards, has really cleaned up a lot of issues without having to do just static stretching on the guy's calf or something like that. Here, what I want you guys to try next, let's do those bear crawls again. And we'll just watch me first, okay? And when I'm done, you guys try this. We'll go 1, 2, 3 forward, 1, 2, 3 back, and right into a catcher stance. Let's see if you can do that, okay? All right, so go 3 forward, now 3 backwards, and then do a good stance afterwards, okay? Not bad. Not bad, good. Very good, very good. How you guys feeling? All right, so that was the call, the crawls. All right, so the balance is another one. You guys saw that tends to be a bit of an issue. Again, for whatever reason, again, that generational thing I was talking about before, that balance tends to be a bigger issue with the current generation of kids than it was previous generations. So let's just work on balance a little bit. Nothing fancy. Just bring one knee up so it's down at the same height as your hip. And try to just hold it there. So you do this for 15 seconds. If you want to make it harder, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Not bad, not bad. Okay, relax. Try to do it on the other leg. So do it on the other leg. Keep your eyes open though right now. Again, another way you can progress this, here while you're on this leg, guys, think about reaching out like this. Reach your back leg straight back, and then see if you can do it without falling. And then see if you can do really good. If you can reach your legs straight back and your arms straight forward, and just hold it like that. It's tough, right? Yeah, it's tough. Okay, go ahead and relax. You guys are doing a great job. Okay, and then the last part's a little bit more. Yeah, this is where you can, I said the kind of traditional arm care. It's not a complete waste of time. There's benefits to it as part of a warm-up. So this last part here, we'll make sure you guys are all ready to move and swing back and everything. You start by pushing your hands together, making sure you keep your elbows up so you're feeling a stretch in your forearms here. Good. Your fingers up, and then try it with your fingers down. Good. And then just try to go through some wrist rolls. So you're making sure your wrists are all ready to go, although you guys are already doing the crawls and everything, so you're probably pretty good. Okay? So, and then if you want to go through some just more general shoulder warm-up, you can. So then you guys also stand here like this. and keep your elbows right at your sides, and just come back and forth. Just try to loosen up your shoulders a little bit, just straight back and forth. Good. Let's do the same thing, but starting up here, let's go back and forth. Okay? Good. And if you want to go through some different, basic, shoulder rolls forward, shoulder rolls backward, you can go through various, what we would call, let's do a Y pattern. Let's go right here, like you're making a big Y. Same thing, going from the sides and all the way up. It's like you're only using your arms on a jumping jack. Again, just to encourage range of motion through the shoulder and everything. Okay, thank you guys for helping. That's the last one I got for you. You guys all ready to play right now?
Yeah.
Get a game going? Huh?
Yeah.
Ready? So thank you guys for helping. Appreciate it. So that's where I know one thing that, if you notice with the mobility program, we didn't actually stretch, right? We didn't do traditional stretching. Static stretching is actually better as a cool down from a research perspective. Doesn't really do much to actually change range of motion once the dynamic activity starts with your sport. So we try to do everything that's movement based, give them a good moving patterns, and again, you're never going to sit out on the field, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, soccer, whatever it may be, volleyball, and just sit in a flex position, rotate, and stay and hold it for 20 seconds. That's not really specifically demands of the sport. Some cases, if there's an injury or something, you might add some of it back in. But in terms of just properly getting the body ready to play, the kind of thing you saw there is what we're looking at. Okay, so now that that's done, did that